The day is here. Hello, fellow connectors. Welcome to Creative Connect Season 2. And I just want to open with saying that I'm feeling very blessed, very excited, because with the end of Season 1, which was a tremendous success, I knew that I wanted Season 2 to be bigger and better than what Season 1 was. And for me, doing that was to bring it a little bit closer to home, which is why today's guest, my first guest, the guest who's opening Season 2, is one of Kimberley's biggest and brightest diamonds, Miss Lucille Slade. Welcome to the show. Thank you for doing this. You know I'm a fan.
Thank you for having me. I thought it was going to be like the 5th or 6th or 100th guest. I didn't know it's starting.
Kimberley Stars, you know we must. How are you?
I'm good. I'm really good.
Really, really good.
How are you?
I'm okay. I'm calm.
Okay is fair.
Yes,
okay
I like
is just
I like
as
being
fair.
okay. I like being calm. You know, so yeah. We're just gonna jump straight into it.
Okay.
So now, Lucille, I know you're a star. Your fans know you're a star. When did you know this career was for you? Like, how did all of this get started?
Ooh, when did you know that you were a star? That's such a good way to phrase it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm half in and half out.
Uh-huh.
I'll say I feel like I know I have the potential to be what I would like to be.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't yet reached that, so it's very difficult for me to even accept like, you're doing well, because I'm not even doing what I want to do at the level that I want to do it at, but I know that's coming with all the work that we're putting in now. So when did I know that I had let me not say potential anymore, when did I know that I was good enough to be in the arena that I'm in? I think wildly enough preschool. I was 1000% like,
wow.
Listen, I can do this.
That was
but
very
I think,
early on.
Right? And that's like a great thing about people who know their passion early on. It's sometimes a curse, because you're actively chasing this thing. And when it doesn't start to look the way you want it to look, sometimes you can get a little discouraged, when in actual fact it's just life teaching you a few things, so that when you get to where you want to, you're able to handle it better. You know what you need to do. So I'd say as early as preschool, but I think like proper confirmation, I think when I started doing all of these collaborations in rooms with people where I'm like, okay. And then I think just like maybe a few years ago, I'm like, no, I do this. I do this.
Okay, now let's talk about upbringing.
Yeah.
As I said, I'm from Kimberley, you're from Kimberley.
Yes.
And how did you growing up there influence your talents? If it did.
Everyone's environment influences, how they show up in this world. But I think for me, it just like, it contributed to what feels like more of a loving environment, right? So I feel like people from Kimberley, I always say this, we were on Home Ground, which is the show that Lona Maseko does, and we were traveling the Northern Cape. That's coming out like in April, if this isn't out by then. Okay. But we did that, and she asked me, she's like, what is it about people from, the Northern Cape? And I was like, we're friendly. We're just, we're filled with love. We're filled with joy, a thing that feels very much like home. So I think when you're filled with that type of warmth, you radiate that.
Yes.
And it's kind of hard to miss. Like in Johannesburg, when you meet people from Kimberley, outside of our accents, outside of how we speak.
For me, the accent definitely, because I was coming out of the Gautrain this one time. I was on the phone with my mom, right? So while getting ready to load money, and I'm saying to my mom, "Mommy, am I date?" And then the teller looks at me, she's like, "Wena or Kimba?" And I'm like, "You
it's that
too."
Mix of Setswana and Afrikaans.
Yes.
You'll be like, "Hey, man,
yes.
okay." Like it's just like the way we speak, and it's quirky. It's funny.
It's very
There's
funny.
so much humor.
Entertaining.
Yes, we naturally are entertaining. So I guess maybe that's where I come from contributes to how I show up in the world and in my field, is that we are naturally charismatic.
Yes.
We are warm. I think the drive for me comes from the friends I have. Like a lot of the people I know are people I went to high school with. Like Tebe is was like my friend in high school.
Yeah.
Trevor was a year above us. Like who else? I think Gail Mabalane.
Yes.
I know her. I know of her.
Yes.
Proverb went to the same school.
Yeah. Shout
So
out to
many
school.
more. Saint Patrick's.
Yes.
It's just like the people. We're just such an, whether you're from St. Patrick's or not, whether you went to Girls High, Boys High, Technical
Which I
High, St. Boniface,
Yes.
wherever you went to, I just think it's just like it's in us.
Yeah.
We're such a vibe.
And we have a sense of community.
We do.
We
really do.
We really do. Okay. And then, so that was Kimberley. And then you came this side, Johannesburg, went after. Your studies, can you talk about that? Yes.
So
and
when
how did that help develop you?
Right. So my drama teacher, Mr. King, he is the reason I even knew about AFTA. He had this poster on his door.
Alan King.
Yeah, Alan King. He had this poster on his door, and I was like, he's like, you should think about going here. And I was like, okay. I was just initially going to do marketing.
Yeah.
You know, the thing that everybody does.
Yeah.
I think as time went on, I probably would have done something else. Probably would have wanted it to be a bit more academic. That's kind of where my mind is now, academia, which is wild. But Alan King saw that poster and I said, okay, AFDA. Applied to AFDA, got into AFDA, needed a bursary because dang, those fees.
Yeah.
I got the Premier's bursary. I think it's also like assisted so many people. And what's great now is that they you don't have to pay it back anymore.
It's a bursary now.
We thank God for Jesus.
Yeah.
Although at the time when I was going, we had to pay it back, but you then, when they cut everything, I was like, yes, I ain't got no outstanding debt.
Yeah.
Went to AFDA. I actually initially went to AFDA for television.
Oh.
Right? So I love TV. I still to this day love TV. And I think that the love of the visual and how you communicate the visual language still plays within music. You know, you have the music videos, you have the way that you visually need to communicate and then further tell your story. So went to AFDA for music, met this teacher called Trevor Harper, and he was like, well, you guys should do music full time. And I was like, damn, okay, I guess I'm going to make this my major.
Yeah.
And that's how I got to music performance being a major.
And you haven't regretted it?
You know what? I go in and out. I go in and out of regret. Only because I think, you know, existing in the music industry is so hard. There is no formula. Like there is no formula. If someone tells you this worked for them, it doesn't mean that it would work for you. But there are some things that ring true that you can use. However, I think that had I taken television and stuck with television, I would not have had the courage to go into music. And I think just like as an overthinker, talk about overthinking. It keeps me up at night. Yeah. But as an overthinker, I would not have gone on to do music. I would have dabbled in it, left it because you're not getting the results you want immediately. And I would have been miserable. Yeah. Jeez. I would have been miserable.
Okay, so now we're going to step away from the questions bit. We're going to play a game.
Okay.
Song association. So I'm going to give you a word and then you have 10 seconds. Isaac is on the clock.
Okay,
You're going to have 10 seconds to sing a song where that word is either part of the lyrics or the title of the song.
Okay. Yeah. I can do this. I'll do this.
No, I mean, you do this.
I'll do this.
Isaac, ready? Cool. Okay. So your first word, let me see here. Trouble.
It's weird, but it's rap. I love it. No. Troubled waters. I have no idea who that is.
Time.
Why was I thinking of problems? Do I have problems?
Trouble. Did we get the song?
No, we didn't get the song. What songs have trouble in it? That's an interesting word.
You were trouble
when I walked in. I'm not a T-Swizzy girl. But that's still quite a popular song.
It's a very popular song. It's a very popular
song. Or wrong. In acrimony. I'm the issue. Okay.
Second word. We have...
I need to get this right.
Very easy, actually. Man.
Man down, ram pa pa bum, ram pa pa bum, ram pa pa bum.
Riri, we love Riri.
Robin.
So that's the first point.
Okay.
Yeah, song association. Second one. I mean third.
Third.
Human.
Oh, I know this.
Why, tell him that it's human nature. Why, does he do me that way?
Yes, girl.
I've been singing Human Nature.
Yes, girl. You better sing.
Not sure face like, yes, teacher.
No. Like
my
you went
student.
from, oh, I'm playfully singing to I'm singing.
Oh, that was still playful, but I mean, okay.
Shut me up then.
I'm just saying.
Now, you're a singer. And I said this to you when we met. You're very good at singing. And you have a very unique voice, which you have heard on many occasions. And am I correct in saying that the origins or the moment that the world started to stop and listen to you was with the Ditomboeni video?
No, you're correct. I can't remember how many videos we did before that. Then I think maybe two, two,
And
or
then
one.
with that one going so viral, how did it help accelerate your career?
So I had a manager at the time, and I, to this day, still say my best manager to date. If I could, listen, I'd go, like Dave Thompson and I would still be working, but he moved to Australia. He used those covers, right, and would send them to shows that he felt like we should be on. Because most of these shows, some of them just wanted a bit of traction. The way television works and the way finding guests works, also because you're trying to gain your viewership.
Yeah.
You need something that's relevant, not to say that if you're not trending, you're not relevant, but just something that the public would be interested in or something that is interesting to the public. So he would send those clips to producers of shows, and he would then attach those statistics, so those retweets saying, hey, this is what's happening. Check her out. Can we get a date on your show? Is that possible? This is happening. It's getting bigger. So maybe it is of best interest to have her on your show. Therefore, he's basically pitching. He's pitching his artist to a producer.
And which show? What was the first show that said yes?
Espresso. Espresso.
Yeah.
Right? And so life is so interesting because you never think, I think that when we were doing these covers, which is actually something I'd wanted to do for a long time, and then the boy I was dating at the time, he was good with camera work. He was able to edit everything. And he was like, let's just do it. Okay, let's do it.
Now that performance on Espresso, I was watching it while preparing for this, and I could see the hunger.
Okay.
For the to be in this industry. And has that stayed the same? Or are you still as passionate to be in this industry?
Such a good question, because I think I was watching something, and I was saying to a friend, I was like, yo, you can see this person wants it. There's such a difference between genuinely wanting it. You know how people do those captions where they're like, she had no rent, she had everything to lose, and you could tell she just ate it up. I would say it definitely has waned, and it's not that the hunger has waned, but I think there's so many things that happen that have you questioning things a little more. You get older, you're in your mind a bit more, you're worried a little about what other people will think, when in actual fact you're not meant to do that. You're meant to go, you're meant to do what it is that you feel you're called to do. And regardless of whatever somebody else's reaction is, it's the things that you do that count. It's not the things that you think about doing that count. And so I think I'm back in that space now. I definitely am back in that space now where I'm like, sorry, something.
Good.
I think we're
Blink. Yeah, there we go.
blink twice. If you need help. I think I'm back in that space now. And before, it was somebody else steering me in the direction. Now you're steering yourself in that direction. So as much as things can knock you down, they're also there to teach you. You're like, okay, this is what I actually need to have a successful rollout, just for a single, not even for a project. So I've learned the ropes a bit, and I think that those knocks you take when you're like up against the ropes. Now I'm like, okay, let's get back into the fight.
Now that speaks to you being independent.
Yeah.
What can you say? What are the advantages and disadvantages of being an independent artist within South Africa's music industry?
Ooh, I think it's a better way to go if, and there's a big if you have capital. If you have no capital, it will be an uphill struggle, right? An uphill battle. if you have that money, you're able to get that money and you know where to put the money, because you can have money and you don't know where to put it, right? Or you could have money and the talent is really not something that the audience is going to be interested in at all. At all. I know people who've had hordes of money who should have made it in the way that they should have made it, because it still is a game of like, it's passion and formula, I think. So independence works if you have money, if you know what you're doing. I think that in any business, you need to be comfortable with letting people go and moving on.
Yes.
So in this industry, we enjoy the conversations of like sort of loyalty, and loyalty is important, but sometimes to a fault. You could watch somebody not deliver and you can still be like, but we're loyal. It's like, no, be loyal to things that make sense.
Yes.
And I think like so many musicians I know, like people who are doing really well, the conversation is like, leave when you need to leave, if you can leave, because also remember there are contracts in place. Contracts are a big thing. So when you're doing your contracts, make sure that somewhere there's the ability to leave. And that's what you learn over time, you know.
Now, have you ever been complacent, and how do you deal with complacency?
Have I ever been complacent? Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? I've been complacent in my inconsistency. So that's also a thing, is people preach consistency, and consistency was something that got me to where I was.
Yeah.
And then you start to doubt yourself, or there are different things that happen and you become inconsistent. But that inconsistency becomes consistent. So you're not able to move. You need to get your mind clear about what it is that you want. You need to figure out, is this the place I need to get what I want, or do I need to move?
Yeah.
Because indecision is also a decision.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Your next word.
Oh, hectic.
And now I'm going to need you to sing.
Not sing. Sing. Did you go to sing? Sorry.
When I give you this word, and you better sing the song that I want you to sing.
Oh, my gosh.
Pressure. Let's go. Time.
It's starting now. I mean, I have a song called, but now I'm laughing. Pressure. I can't remember it. I don't know. This has got to stop.
Yes.
You know. I can't remember my own song, but it's been years.
Yeah.
How does it go? Help me. Do you remember?
I
Do you
was
know?
listening to it this morning, actually.
Are you sure? Are you a fan? Oh, I was like, are you a fan or are you a scammer?
No, I'm a fan. Yeah.
If you stop putting pressure,
There you go.
my baby, give me rest. Can you stop
Nothing
with
in
the
an answer.
lecture?
Oh.
Okay, and then that's the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's a point. That was Pressure by Lucille Slade. So, yeah.
I still can't remember her own lyrics. Okay.
Next word. Kissed.
Kissed. Past tense. Kissed.
It's very simple. I think that's time.
No way. Is that time?
Yeah.
Kissed.
I kissed a girl and I like
And like I was also like, kiss it, but then you said past tense. I was about to go to Robbie and okay.
Another one. Very simple. Toxic.
Toxic.
Girl, the taste of your lips are all of it. My toxic.
You're toxic.
I mean, mine,
toxic.
yours, ours.
I
I actually don't know those lyrics, but I know that song.
No, I love that song.
Love Britney.
Intoxicate me now. I love that song. Another one.
Oh,
Diamonds.
diamonds.
Come on, Kimberley Diamond.
Like diamonds in the sky.
But I also have a song called Diamond. Look at me forgetting.
Diamond dancer. Dug out the soil you have grown.
But that's not out yet. But I need to get that one.
Oh, that's an exclusive. Is it? Thank you for that. That's an exclusive. Okay, now you're not just a musician. You're also an actress. And I want to ask the roles that you've played and the music that you have released right now. Do you think they were a good introduction to you as an artist?
The roles I've played to a certain extent, I think there's more to come. There's more that would peel back layers. The music, the music is not even, we haven't even gotten to what's about to come. And for me, I'm more excited about that. So a light introduction, but not yet.
Would you say we have scratched the surface?
I'd say we haven't even genuinely scratched the surface. I think just like based off of this month alone, not just the music I've made, but music I've made with other artists who are like
sick, incredible. I can't
wait for people to hear that. I can't wait for people to hear my own stuff. It's just,
and we're excited.
Oh, yummy!
We're excited, and that leads us to making music. The process of making music. How do you produce a song? Do you write the lyrics and then you go to the producers, hey, producer, let's find a beat? Or is it the other way around, where the beat is given to you and then you establish a melody and then the lyrics come after that?
So I'm not a fan of beats being given to me, only because I enjoy the process of being in studio. However, I have been in studio, had beats played for me, and then we go through like a beat pack. That's how we found one of the other songs, a beat pack, and I was like, okay, wait, go back to that song. That's what I like. Let's do that song. Based off of that, sometimes I'll just freestyle. You put your voice note on. Just go with it. Don't judge any melody that comes. Just allow it to be. When you find words that match, you remove certain melodies, you add others. Or maybe something sticks like a word and you keep reciting this word over and over and over again until a melody comes. But for me, melody always comes first before words.
Okay.
And I generally do go to a producer. But sometimes, for the most part, I enjoy going to a producer. If we can start something from scratch, great. Just depends on how quick you are as well. Because you don't want to hear the same ding, ding, ding the entire time. But it's better when the process unfolds in studio. So that's my process. Generally, melody first. We will have a bit of something to work on, whether it be keys or guitar. But, sometimes with music, I'll be walking down the street and there's a melody out of absolute thin air.
Nowhere.
And I'll be like, voice note.
Yeah.
Save it.
And now from all the songs that you've written, which verse or chorus still amazes you to this day? When you listen to it, it's like, I really snapped on this.
Snap.
Snapped or slapped? What's the word? Yeah.
Both. Yeah. Snap, slap. It's stuff that hasn't come out yet. But okay, so from stuff that has come out, I'd say perfect match for me. It felt so cohesive because I wrote that with Bupele Boy. He's a part of a duo. I think they've actually changed their name now. They used to be called Noble Music. They've done so many incredible songs. They've worked with Beyonce, with Manana. So it was just lovely working with them because when you're in a room where somebody's input matches yours, and also you feel like you're working in a space where your creativity meets well, you're more inspired.
So that was a perfect match.
And that was a perfect match.
Now can you please sing any part of that?
What do you do when you find a perfect match? I'm throwing feels like catch.
We're going to leave it at that because I have half a voice, okay? From all the studio sessions.
And then your next word. Gangster. There's one particular song I was thinking about with this.
Gangsta loving that just keeps me bugging. Gangsta love. I just wanna rock.
It's from that song. Do you know that?
No. I just wanna rock all night long.
Oh, that's a beautiful song. We're gonna listen.
You're clearly too young. That's Eve and Alicia Keys.
Oh, girl, no.
What are you thinking? Gangsta Boo?
No, it's
she's my gangsta boo.
90s song. You're my gangsta lover. Nothing can come between us. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
What am I
doing? Do you need water?
Water.
Okay, you can prepare yourself for your next word, but I want you to have a sip of water first.
I was about to ask you to open this for me, but I got it right.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Ready?
Okay.
Fire.
Fire. I know this.
Like the fire we make, it's getting hotter and hotter. Like a moth to a flame, I can't stay away. Do you not know the song? How old are you? Okay, let's not go there. Let's leave it at that. Alicia Keys and Maxwell, Fire We Make.
Shame.
What do you listen to?
I'm a pop fan.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
Heavy pop.
New
Little
age
Mix,
pop.
Yes.
Okay.
Little Mix, Fifth Harmony.
Okay, you've given me full context.
You know, R&B as well.
But it must be mixed with a little bop. Give me a pop bop.
I'm obsessed with Coco Jones right now. Like, extremely. I'm obsessed. And the thing is, I'm so happy for her because I've been a fan since Let It Shine. And then that video where she was talking about, you know, what happened, I was like, this girl deserves it, everything so much. And then Bel Air happened.
I actually didn't watch that. I haven't watched that video where she explains everything, but I do know the line. You would do it too.
Yeah.
But a check.
Yes. So I'm so happy for her. I love Coco.
Same.
Yeah.
I love ICU. I love the whole project. I love that she signed to Def Jam. I love that you can tell there's PR presence. Like, I actually haven't watched Ballet, but I've been rooting for her because I loved every cover or every verse she did on everyone else's
I need
songs.
to watch season 2.
Okay, I need to watch season 1 and support my girl.
Yeah.
Loved her on the Terrel show.
Love Terrel.
She's super funny. She's so witty, so quick.
And they have good chemistry.
They have incredible chemistry. They know how to play off of each other. He knows when to sit back. She knows when to lean in.
You know, I'm so glad that you mentioned the whole Terrel thing. Because when we met, I was like, it's giving Terrel and Coco.
I don't know what's around.
Really? It felt right. I was like, yeah, a friendship. I think so. Let's reference Joey Tribbiani from Friends. But your next word, and I hope.
Not you not taking your foot off the gas.
Motivation.
Oh my God. It depends because
I'ma kick you out, let me be your motivation. That and give it tonight.
Yes.
But I was also trying to go to Kelly Rowland.
Yes.
Baby,
And I
I'ma
have
be your
both of them here.
motivation.
Yeah. Kelly and Normani.
That song was such a reset for Kelly's career. I loved it. I love Electro Kelly too because Electro Kelly is a very individual lane. It would have been nice to hear Kelly on Renaissance actually, because when I'm only thinking about that now. Because when I think about Kelly's trajectory,
Which song?
I wasn't even thinking of a specific song. I just think that she would have been a great contributor in the way that she's done her electro pop world. Commander, excuse me.
You know, you brought up Renaissance. I just want to. What is your favorite song on there? There are so many.
And because if you're a real fan, if you're a part of the Beehive, you know, you move from one song to the next, and you're like, oh, okay, this week this is my jam.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait, I'm hearing the nuances in this one. My first favorite was Alien Superstar. Whip, ah. And then my next favorite was Energy.
It gives
This is before my queen said, I'm a remove what you done asked me to remove. Khalees. I love Khalees, love the girls.
Yeah.
And then when she removed it, I was like, yo, this lady is not playing. She said, no drama.
Yeah. But it
But
doesn't
wait,
sound the same.
It doesn't, but you get used to it.
Yeah.
It's Beyonce. I will get used to it. I will accept it.
Because she
she owns me.
Her.
And then I moved on to Heated. Got a lot of.
You know, that is my favorite song to hear in the club. When that part comes on, I lose my mind. This one time I was out with friends and it came on and that
It's a lot.
tip on hardwood floors.
10 10s across the board.
It took me from
Get out of
front
here.
and back. I lose my ish when that song comes on.
It's worth losing it. There are times you need to lose it, and when Beyonce's Heated plays, that's one of the times where you lose it.
Like, not me getting heated, child. But anyway, let's bring it back.
Okay.
Simple word. Joy.
Joy.
Joyful, joyful, we adore thee. God of glory, Lord of light.
One thing about Jesus.
Yeah.
He gonna bring you joy.
Tight. Back to the questions.
Okay.
What has been the most difficult song to record and why? It's giving think.
I ain't never met a song. I'm just kidding.
I ain't never met a song I couldn't tackle.
No, most difficult song. I have to think about the song that I've recorded. I think none have been that difficult because you're playing in your own space. Maybe if I had like a vocal director, somebody who'd push me a bit more because that's where I'm going now. Is like not doing music so singularly or isolated. I think it's yet to come. Okay. Yeah, it's yet to come.
Which verse or chorus or a single line from any other artist's song do you really, really relate to, and why? Anyone. I know there might be a lot, definitely.
Yeah, you know what? This is gonna sound so shallow because we were speaking about her, so that's the only thing that comes to mind. She said dimples on my hips. No, she said dimples on my hips, stretch marks on my hips. Drinking my water, minding my peace. Monday I'm overrated.
Tuesday on my.
I said, jeez.
B, we love you.
I said, sis B, you gotta go it on. It just felt like you're speaking about a woman's body. And you embrace where you are. You're like, okay, got some dimples, got some stretch marks, and then what? And you're like, nah, I'm just here. I'm in this world minding my business. I'm doing what I need to do. But I also know that, when things are going well, I know you guys are always on my...
Yeah.
I liked it. I just like that she's like, lightweight. Like, lightweight we are obsessed with her. I mean, Monday... I've never said she's overrated. I would not dare.
Never.
I would not dare. Don't you dare.
For me, and it just describes where I am in my life right now. Selena has a song, People You Know. We used to be close, but people can go from people you know to people you don't. And for me, that is so true because right now, when I'm looking back, I used to think, yeah, you're going to be at my wedding. You're going to be right beside me. And now I'm just like...
One thing about life. One thing about those
we'll
tables.
Surprise you. My lecturer in undergrad, Margaret Lindstrom, hey, Margaret, she always used to say to us, allow life to surprise you for both the good and the bad.
And Margaret, she ain't never told a lie. I didn't even know Margaret, but if she told you that,
yeah,
she ain't never told a lie.
Yeah.
That's a thing. That's what happens when you get older. Like as life I love how I'm like, when you get older, like I'm in my 40s, when you get older. No, I'm not. But just the best things come when you least expect it, when you didn't plan for it. Life really does laugh when you make plans. Yeah. But it doesn't mean to say don't make any plans. It doesn't mean to say be directionless. But like there's so many things I learned in life that I never would have written. Like if I was writing my own script, I never would have added that. Never would have added that. But it makes for such color. It makes for you to be such a well-rounded human being with experiences.
But it also brings a lot of heartbreak, but you learn from that.
One thing about a heartbreak, you'll be on the floor, okay? And baby, I don't even know if you're going to know how to get up from that floor.
Yeah.
You think the heartbreak you're facing now is bad. Trust, it could always get worse.
Yeah.
It could always get worse. It could always get better.
Or if it would be like, I'll show you.
Yeah, but like, there was a heartbreak, so I thought I was dying. I was like, what? Take me now, Steve. Take me now. But now I'm like, girl, that's what you were crying over. Our thing. Stand up. Like, how did I deal with heartbreak?
This is like love.
I'm a crier.
Yeah.
I will cry. I will, because when you're like, when you're really into someone, you're like, why are we not together? Like, what? But you said that you can't. Girl, that means
I'm thinking of a song now. Ray has a song. The boy, the man that I love sat me down last night and he told me it was over. Damn decision.
I always felt like my world was crumbling.
Yeah.
But dumb decision. But best decision. Yeah. Because I look at it now and I'm like, I would never. In this frame of mind, in the space of life, there's no ex-boyfriend that I would want to go back to. I don't think we are of the same mindset. I don't think that the way we move is similar or is even just in a way where it makes sense for two people. I don't see it. So I'm like, okay, my younger self, and that's what my younger self wanted for me. I'm like, even if they've grown, I still don't think that there are still traits and traces of us that we carry throughout our lives that don't change.
Let me ask you, from the songs that you've released, is there any song which speaks to a particular boy?
All of them. Wild, right? Like I can tell you about the first actual boyfriend, worst relationship of life. Throw it in the bin. But when I think about that, I'm like, everything else, every other relationship after that was rather decent, be it a boyfriend or just somebody I was seeing, rather decent. So what? Perfect Match was about a boy I was seeing. What other songs do I have? Like Maybe was about a boy at the time. I was thinking about that one. Yeah. Velvet had, it's an unreleased song, but it was about the other one after the worst boyfriend. I mean, all the boys have had something written about them But
now, was that always the main intention after that? It was like, yeah, I'm going to write a song about this.
Oh, no, never.
Did it just happen? It
was never the intention. I think.
It's not giving Taylor Swift.
No.
Love Taylor.
We love the girl.
Yeah.
I think it's giving more Adele, even though it sounds similar, right? It's very similar, but I think when you're in a mind frame and that's what's happening in your life, you're ultimately writing about what's happening in your life. You need some sort of therapy. So you're writing, be it joyous, be it tumultuous, you're writing about that. Yeah. Now it's more so like just about life and the things that I want out of life. Yeah. Like the unreleased song Diamond Dance is about me being from where I'm from, but also just the possibilities and potential that you have as a person. And then there's a song called Body with Una Rams, and that's like it's actually about like a lover's quarrel, and you're like, yo, are we gonna argue or are we gonna make up? What is it? Yeah. And then there's a song called Cry where you just like give your all and you lay it bare, because sometimes you're just going through so much and all you want to do and need to do is cry. And that is fully allowed. Yeah. So that song is like allowance. And yeah, I think I'm more so reflective of where I am in my life. So be it in a relationship, I'll be reflective. Now I'm more so reflective of just like my mind state and what I want from this life. Yeah. And you can hear that in the new music. Yeah.
2-part question.
Okay. Tupac.
What is your favorite song to listen to, and which is your favorite song to perform?
From my own stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it'd be like, damn, Gina.
From what has been released, that is.
From what has been released, my favorite song to perform, I feel like it's maybe two. I like performing Perfect Match. And recently, I'm into performing Long Impela. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it. It's like the Amapiano song. Yeah. We've been like workshopping it, and it just sounds so good. Yeah. It sounds so good, so good, so good. So, yeah. What was the other question?
Listen to. Which song of yours do you listen to the most?
There's a song called The Language Song. Yo. When I tell you. Snap. Snap, 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 snap.
It's giving chop, chop.
It's giving pop world. It's giving African world. It's giving you could have never thought of this, and we're the only ones who could have thought of this. Yeah. It's just giving individualism. It's giving you were never ready and you never thought. And I love that.
I'm going to give you a word. And with that word, there's a song you should sing. Because it's my favorite song.
Oh my gosh. From me or from someone else?
Not from you. Oh. When I give you the word time. Yeah.
I can't remember. I'm like, it's not voice gonna break.
Just the chorus.
Time
again.
Time. We're no good for each other.
That was about the worst relationship.
Bad, but we still stay together. Maybe time, yes, and time will tell
if we should stay. Maybe we'll get married. What was I thinking? I wasn't thinking. And sometimes we don't think. I'm like, maybe we'll get married. Maybe what?
You know, my favorite part in that song is, don't you hate it when they try to act tough like I've never ever seen you cry?
Oh.
Yeah.
No, you know what we need to do? We need to do like a breaking down of all my old lyrics that I think are just so dope. Because I'd actually like to re-record some of these songs.
And you
The
did say that
words
to me
are
when we met.
fire.
You
The
know,
words
it's
are
giving
fire.
maybe the sequel to the interview. Yeah.
It's giving. Maybe we should do this for like a part of one of my rollouts for my project.
There we go. There we go. Your next word. Popular.
Popular. You know, you're not gonna know it. You know, I'm popular. Got some stuff for you. I'm spectacular. I'm vernacular. His name was Percy. He was like the first child star in this. No, I mean not the first, but yeah, like very mainstream child star. You need to Google him. I don't know how old that man is now.
Popular. You're gonna be popular. Oh, Ariana Grande.
What song is that?
Don't you know?
No, that sounds like a Disney song. Is that a Disney song?
Musical.
Okay. I was not gonna get
I'm a
that.
musical. That's also another thing. I love musicals. But anyway, we're gonna keep it going. You've done a lot of collaborations. You know, what have you learned about yourself from doing all of those?
You deserve to be in that room. That's it. You're not being called because you can't do something. You're being called because you can. And you are in a room with your peers, regardless of what they've accomplished and what you're yet to accomplish. You're in a room with your peers and you need to show up and do what it is that you do. Bring you to the table because that's what you've been called for.
In addition to that, I want to ask, I'm sure you have, but now where you are right now, do you still question if this industry is for you?
Oh, all the time. But I think I question it just in terms of like the politics and the things you need to succeed in this industry. Sometimes you have to remove your emotion from it. A lot of the times you have to remove your emotion from it. And I think like any business. So when you were like, I'm a singer, I'm an actress, I'm like, now I'm also a businesswoman.
Yeah.
Because there are just ways that you have to move. There are things that you need to learn about the industry. And don't let it, like, you can wear your heart on your sleeve in the studio.
Yeah.
But you can't necessarily wear your heart on your sleeve in a room where you're negotiating contract because you need to think about what's the best thing for you. So, our initial question was?
You said I get lost in you. Do you still question if this industry is for you or not?
When it comes to politics, but when I think about the actual talent and what I can offer, no. Like that to me now is undeniable.
Yeah.
That to me now, I look at everything that's happened over the past few years and I'm like, no, pretty much supposed to be here.
Yeah.
Haven't.
And you've put in the work.
We've put in the work and there's still
Introduce-
so much like, I'm excited for the future.
Yeah.
A friend of mine was asking, he was just saying it in passing. He's like, to us, do you think like your better years are behind you or in front of you? And I said, my goodness, I know for a fact that this life is going to get sweeter.
Yes.
And it's such an intrinsic feeling. Nobody told me, there's no crystal ball I looked through. It's just a feeling that feels very much tied to God and God's yes.
Yeah.
And it's a definite yes from God. So
okay, let's go through a few questions from the fans. How would you describe your music to a new listener?
Pop world will I don't know. I was gonna say pop world will blow your mind. Really, you just have to hear it to experience it, and you make your own decision from that.
As an actress, would you say you'd want to go for the bad guys or the good guys more?
I'd want to do bad. Yeah,
I can see that.
Oh,
I can see that.
Wait, I need elaboration.
No, I love playing villains, and this speaks to me as for my future roles. Because for me, it would be such an experimental process. You know, I'm not saying now a mass murderer, just someone who's not nice. Like a role like Miranda Priestley, Devil Wears Prada. Me, that would be such an experimental role because I get to tap into emotions that you can't express necessarily every single day. And then you just go. Like, imagine snapping your fingers, Andrea, get me coffee.
I like that you said mass murderer and you said Amanda Priestley, because I feel like both valid. I think as humans, we don't necessarily enjoy seeing ourselves in a bad light.
Yeah.
And so that freaks people out. You want to be seen as good. You want to be accepted and experienced as good.
And
but I think,
associated with.
yeah, and I think for me, I don't care for either. I am comfortable with the word respect. That is what I'd like from you. If you do not like me, that's fine.
Okay.
If you like me, that's fine. Yeah, I think I'm more than comfortable with with bad things being associated with you, because you always have to figure out what the context is. Was it simply somebody who didn't get their way with you and now you're bad? Was it you putting your foot down and now you're bad?
Yeah.
You know, I don't mind either. So I think as a human being, I've come to right now, because obviously we don't know if I'll have the same conversation 5 years from now. I'm comfortable with the spectrum of being a human being. I enjoy spectrum. And I think it makes it very difficult for me to relate to people when they're not comfortable with spectrum. Like my personality tends to bring out the spectrum in people. So I think when someone says, oh, that's not who I am, this is not who I actually am, I'm like, no, that is who you are. You've just never experienced this part of you.
Yeah.
And that's okay. And that's fully okay.
This life unfolds.
Allow yourself to be surprised.
By life? Okay. Any new artists, what would you say to them? Words of advice.
Don't listen to too many people. Don't listen to too many people. And I say that even those who are in the industry, you need to take people with a grain of salt, because some people speak from a place of hurt. Some people speak from a place of never having accomplished what they actually wanted to, and they've had to settle for level 1 when they wanted level 10. So you need to figure out what level is it that you want to go. Find people who are like-minded. And when I say like-minded, don't ever think that your destiny is tied to someone, because it's not.
Preach.
But if you meet people along the line who understand that you are both helpmates for each other, that is great. You don't own people. You don't make people. You assist people just like they will assist you. And if you can remember that, you will flourish. And just like treat people like people. No one's above you. No
Treat
one's
people
below
with
you.
kindness. Selena said it.
But also, like, sometimes on a day when you're not feeling too kind, be like, yo, I'm having a bad day. This is not personal.
Yeah.
I think that like when we talk about spectrum, that needs to be allowed, because always expecting a smile on someone's face is a bit unrealistic. Nobody lives in that space of consistent happiness. So give yourself some grace, but when you fall down, it doesn't mean you're done. Take some time. Figure out your next steps. If you need to take a long time, that's okay.
Can you let us into any new projects that will be out? But can we get a snippet? Just a line from a new song or whatever.
Definitely new music. And I feel like I've been saying it for a while, but I think we're really at a point where this is gonna happen. Like it doesn't matter who's around me, it's happening. And a snippet.
Even if you can hum something.
Did I not just? Okay.
Give the people what they want.
It's my world and you're living in it. Coloring book, color in it. No man gonna make me color again.
And I think that's a good.
Yeah, Lucille.
Good.
That was episode 1. Thank you so much. And we spoke on the phone, and I said I'm very nervous about this, but being with you, your energy, you really calmed me down.
I'm so glad.
Because I returned to this, because the last time I did this was 2021 when I was doing my honors, and now it's 2023.
I love an honors graduate. Are we going to our masters, or are you going to do a doctorate?
I'm doing my masters now.
Yeah, I'm thinking of doing my honors. I'd love to do a master's, but I'd want to do it in
outside.
Yeah.
Same here. For my second master's, I want to do it outside as well.
My mind is kind of very much like within academia right now. I think it's important. The more you know.
I'll say this. I'll always support education in any way, but do it at the right time and be passionate, especially if you're going into research. Be passionate about the topic that you want to research. Because at first I was frustrated with mine, but now we found a way forward. And obviously my supervisor, he helps me a lot. So
where are you doing your master's?
It's
Word.
yeah.
I would have to do, I think, a bit of a bridging course from AVDA, even though I have my degree. I think because AVDA is it's more technical than it is academic. So you're more hands-on.
Yeah.
I know that trying to do your master's at WITS requires you to do a bit of a bridge into it so that you have the academic sort of stamina and like background for it.
Yeah.
So I'm comfortable with that. And I agree with what you're saying. Before, I was not even thinking about like furthering studies. It wasn't even on my mind. But as I've become interested in the industry itself, I'm like, what is the topic? What makes sense? What is sort of an unexplored space that needs to be explored? Like the correlation maybe between the lack of business acumen with being an artist. Why is that important to explore? Or just things.
Yeah.
Things of that nature. Does the structure support music going forward, or are there certain things that need to be changed and tweaked? But yeah.
As you can see, she's not only talented, but the brain is braining. But I want to thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode. Lucille, thank you so much for opening season 1. It was amazing.
Thank you for having me.
If you guys enjoyed this video, please do like, comment, and subscribe, and stay for the next one. If you're listening to this on Spotify, please do come for the next episode because it's going to be an exciting season. Lucille, thank you so much.
Thank you.
To the fans, to my fellow connectors, please remember to use the hashtag #YouAreConnected. Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Lucille Slade, and I just had my awesome interview with Kopano on Creative Connect. If you liked the video, if you loved the interview, don't forget to comment, subscribe, and share.